Hey everybody, welcome back to Rick House Reviews. As always, it is Ryan.
I'm Doug.
And today we have a very, very special bottle, the Seelbach 15 Batch 3 release. This single barrel release from Seelbach is, in fact, a very rare oddity in the bourbon market, although rare, kind of an understatement. It is a Buffalo Turkey release. This is a wild turkey distillate that aged at Buffalo Trace before making its way back to wild turkey and then onto the NDP market. This past year, we've seen several releases. This is the first one I got my hands on, and we thought we'd review it for you today. But before we get into that, as always, if you guys want to help out the channel, click down below exactly. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell to get notified whenever we release a new video. It really does help us out, especially if you guys share it with all of your bourbon-loving guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I'm excited for this.
I mean, it's buff turkey. What's not to be excited, my friend?
Yeah, the rarity of it, I think, and the mystique of these bottles is what has drawn me to it.
And of course, this one is a 61.25.
Yes.
At 122 proof. So with that, as always, our review is utilizing the algorithm that we chose, and we're still working on it. We might change it eventually, but we go with aroma 25, flavor at 30, finish at 25, buy and recommend 10 apiece. Usually there's caveats with that, and we'll get into that when we get there. And away he goes. So inviting.
It has a very, very deep level of aroma that it's like, it's not just brown sugar.
No.
It's like demerara sugar and brown sugar and molasses, like layered on top of each other.
Yep.
With this oak vanilla, barrel-aged vanilla extract kind of like running through it. It's very, very inviting.
Extremely inviting.
The first sip was a little hot, but then again, I have to proof my tongue down, so.
Yep. And again, this guy's 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Between the two locations.
Almost 16, I would say.
So it's one 5 years at Buffalo, and then the last 10?
Depending on the source of the story, 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
What do you think of the flavor?
Still very strong.
Yeah,
But breaks out into nice, inviting characters. There's a little, like...
It has this warmth and, like, this cedar note to it.
There you go. And just, like, the slightest bit of very mild, but it's present.
Yeah.
The, metal fruits, the nut fruits, the like apricot almost.
Stone fruit.
There's the word.
Fruit.
Yep.
That is very, very interesting.
And then that finish. That's an incredible finish.
I get a little bit of tannin. Like, I'm probably going to take a couple points off for that. But, like,
understandable.
That tannin is very, very good. That flavor, there's something on it that is just like bitter or sour isn't the wrong word, but it kind of strides that line, and it just like beautifully undercuts how much sweetness is on the bottle.
Right.
And it has that like tannic burn on the finish like you expect from wild turkey, but the rest of the flavor profile of it didn't, and I think that's what makes this unique.
Yep.
Yeah, let's super quick score this, and then
yeah.
All right. let us do what we normally do and start at the start, which is aroma. I hope we're close on this.
22 out of 25.
23 out of 25.
Again, extremely inviting. Gave a lot of the great characters that you mentioned, the molasses, the brown sugar, the other sugar spices. And of course, that like barrel char is very light, but it's still present.
It has all of the
A little
aroma and full body you want on a bottle that is this expensive, which we'll talk about later.
Yep.
But to me, it could smell smoother.
True.
So there is that.
Yep.
Moving on to flavor here.
Out of 30, I gave it a 26. I felt like it created all of the proper characters that you want in a bourbon. You want in a Buffalo. Well, let's rephrase it. You want in a turkey.
Yeah.
An MP NDP
release. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it a 27 out of 30.
Okay.
I think this might be the best thing I've put in my mouth this year. Outside of what I drank in Kentucky, but that video hasn't come out yet.
Yep.
So I will talk about that when we get there.
Of course. That finish, though. You're gonna nix it a point or two.
If it didn't have that amount of like tannin on my cheek and like in the back of my throat,
right, this
would have been near perfect.
Yep.
But I had to take a couple points off for it. 23 out of 25.
I did 24 out of 25. I really liked it. It was, this one's a bourbon to have. Yeah. This is the hard part. The price of this guy. It's a heavier price, but like if you can come across it, 100%, it's one that I would highly recommend for bourbon aficionados. So I'm going to give 2 different scores.
So here's my thing about this with this bottle on finish real quick.
Right.
Before you get into that, it has so much like full flavor behind it that you have like this tannicness to it, but then you also get a lot of like strong oak char, barrel oak and vanilla, but it doesn't leave your mouth dry. There you go. It was good. And like also, if this was maybe not the first or second thing we had, but like the third or fourth thing we had, I don't think it would be as strong.
True.
So for people out there who are worried about it because I said that, I wouldn't be. No. Also, obviously, all of these are single barrel releases for most of these NDPs, so drink with caution, especially at the price point. Before we get into buy again and recommend, this is one of the cheaper Buff Turkeys releases I have seen. It was $300.
Yep. That's where my caveat comes in. That's why, for bourbon-loving fans, like huge
bourbon-loving fans.
Again, I recommend it as a 5 and a buy again as a 5 for regular individuals. But for bourbon-loving fans, I'm doing 8 and 8.
Like aficionados. And we're going to go 8 and 8 as your official score?
8 and 8, 5 and 5.
Cool. I kind of met in the middle because I had the same thought process on it, and I will give it a 6 on both for buy again and recommend.
There you go.
I think in terms of buying it, I would love another Buff Turkey bottle, but I think at the price points they're at, I would have to know somebody who got that release, that opinion I trust,
right,
before I bought it at the price point. And I would totally say the exact same thing for recommend. I would recommend it if you know somebody who has a bottle and you can try it or they can tell you what it's like before you go out and spend $350 on one. But I think it does put it in the upper echelon of bourbon releases this year with so many of them coming out.
So true.
And they're all very good. So with that, the total score will be over the bottle.
Yep.
Our scores will be at the end of the video.
Yep.
Doing a quick calc here.
I think you upped just by 1.
I think this is tied with Jack 14 for number 1 right now.
There we go.
So
that's an incredible option.
We will see this again in a couple months at the end of the year.
Yep. With that, of course, we are Rickhouse Review, but we would really appreciate you like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell so you know when a new video comes out, and pass us along to any bourbon-loving friends, family. I am Doug.
I am Ryan.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.
For Rickhouse Reviews.